This is fun. That's how long it takes for Twitch to catch up. Actually, I will refill my drink. Where did I... Yes, yes, yes. I can't change my Twitch username because, of course, I can't. What do I care? It's just a username, right? Just realized it's a bit like PlayStation Network. You can't change your username. At least you can have spaces on this one. Yeah, the chat display is going to it's going to be within the black bars to the side of the screen when I actually load a game. Right now it's not because we're in 16:9, not 4:3. And I don't use the CRT filter. It looks weird on the HD TV. Especially one that's 40 inches. Blech. Right. What did I say I was going to do? Mega Man X, which is all the way over here. There we go. Has Twitch reduced their stream delay? I notice you're listening, you're hearing what I'm saying a lot quicker than it used to be. $32,000 terabytes of memory. Is that RAM or is that storage? Ugh. Welcome to AOL. I thought Jokey runs on Windows 95. Whatever. 5 seconds. Bloody hell, Twitch. Used to be 30 seconds. Back in my day, when I was doing my Breath of the Wild core hunting, it was like 20 seconds or something. I haven't done any streaming on Twitch since I've got 100% in Breath of the Wild. Oh god. Oops. Oh no! X is the first generation of robots which contain an innovative new feature, the ability to think and feel. Yeah, well, it's gonna go well for you, isn't it, Dr. Light? You know, if Dr. Wily hadn't been jealous, the events leading up to Zero being created would have happened, and then the events leading to Sigma becoming a Maverick wouldn't have happened, then the Maverick Wars wouldn't have happened, then the Elf Wars wouldn't have happened, then Dr. Wile wouldn't have become a evil maniac, then the Ragnarok stuff in Neo Arcadia wouldn't have happened, and then the Model W stuff far, far in the future wouldn't have happened. All because some guy was jealous. That's... oh god, no, that's just bad thinking about. But what do I know, right? I'm not a roboticist. Or a game theory. I'm just me playing with my SNES controller. See, YB, hey, yeah, we're all good. Pew. I love this game. Still my favourite X game. The X2 is great. X3, eh. It's something you want to play, but then you never really want to go back to it. Like Mega Man 5 in that regard. X4, don't know. X5, don't know. X6, don't know. X7, don't. And X8 is good. So, yeah, the series has its ups and downs. But X1 is probably my favourite. Games that take place during the L4, that's only a 4-year period, though. I mean, I'd like to see the creation of Neo Arcadia in that time period. Like, immediately after the L4s. Or was Neo Arcadia made at the end of the Maverick Wars? It's one of the two. It's when one of them ended. X1 is the most inspired. X2 is just as good. X3 is a game that in the long run doesn't mean anything because nothing really happens during it, but it is still a fundamentally solid game. X4 I've heard is also great, a bit in the same vein of X2. X5, I've heard, has backtracking problems. But also kind of falls into the same thing, although that's when it started to get a bit more complex. X6 is in level design and mechanically a bit of a mess, but still, you know, perfect playable, as long as you just get around the problems. X7 I have played, and that is a slow, boring. Why is X locked away for most of the game? Why is it in 3D? Why is everything so damn slow? Just don't play X6. And X8 is fantastic. So they got better by the end of it. Actually, the series was meant to stop at X5. The original plan was to have X5 be the end, with, I can't remember which of the three endings is the canon one. I think it's the one where X remembers Zero, but Zero still dies. But he doesn't go Maverick. I think that's the one. And that leads through the... It was originally meant to lead up to Neo Arcadia, where X has gone nuts and is subjugating humans, and Zero's revived and everything, like he is in Zero Series anyway. But because they made X6, that didn't go to plan, so they had to rewrite in the thing about X going nuts into Copy X. And then the Zero Series kind of unfolded the way it did. And I think 04 wasn't intended either, given how little that has to do with anything. But the Zero Series was meant to follow on from X5. X6 wasn't meant to happen. And X7 and X8 are just a kind of... the way they position those I actually quite like, as a sort of what-if scenario. Which I think is perfectly fine, to be honest with you. Just kind of like a, what if it didn't go this way, but kind of went this way instead? It's a bit like how Battle Network is a what-if of what happens if, instead of robotics, it was cyberspace. You know, that sort of thing. I like that. That's a nice way of doing it. It's also a cop-out way to keep making X games. But it's neat. That's just my opinion. I don't know. Maybe everybody else hates how X7 and X8 are done. I hate how X7 is done. But, yeah, X8's fine. Nothing wrong with that. Although I don't know where you go from X8, given how that game ends. But, you know, cross that bridge if you ever come to it. Which you probably won't. But, you know, wishful thinking. Hopes and dreams. Yeah, that does sound like a good way of wording it, like it's meant to end with X3. I think the one thing that they did wrong with X4 and X5 is when X2 hinted at Dr. Wily, and then X4 straight up confirmed it, and then X5 showed the ramifications of it. The one thing they did wrong was they kept bringing back Sigma. They could have just made it Dr. Wily. But they kept bringing back Sigma for this, probably for the sake of the casual person's sanity. Because the Zero series, and the way I look at it, was meant to be like Zero's major redemption. Completely free from Wily's influence. I mean, who knows? Capcom has a very long history of executive meddling. So maybe Inafune did want to end it at X3, but they made it go on to X5. He figured he could make it work, which I think he honestly could have. But then they, in the space of 6 months after X5 came out, made X6, and that kind of screwed everything over. I mean, Zero was originally meant to be Mega Man X, so, you know. Oh, got Next to Life. This is meant to be more of like a story about Zero, and X4 and X5 really drag that home. Well, in X4 they introduced the Repliforce, which, if it wasn't such a stupid plot of we've just been framed, Okay, good. Come talk about it. We'll sort it out. No, now we're going to start killing people. You've just been framed. When you've been framed and you're innocent, your immediate response should not be, let's go on a genocidal rampage. You know. The whole Rebel Force thing probably could have gone somewhere if it wasn't so half-assed and they shoehorned Sigma in. Although that portrayal of Sigma is very accurate to a sort of kind of chess master scenario, which I think fits Sigma a bit. At X5, they could have just leaned entirely on Dr. Wily. And they sort of did. But they shoehorned in Sigma to give X something to do. That was the thing with X4 and X5. X needed something to do. Wow, you don't normally do this. There we go. But, it's weird to think about in a way that the series is meant to end. Yeah. They didn't do anything with Dynamo either. He just kind of appeared to be. Then he tried doing something with Red, but they killed him off. And the ending of X8 with the new generation Reploids all containing the data of Sigma and the ability to go Maverick at will. That could have gone somewhere. And nobody remembers Double because X's entire story in X4 is just there to give X something to do. That game is about 0 and 0 only. Double was the male Iris. Yeah, but Iris actually did something. She was in Extreme 2. Oh yeah, the villains of Extreme 2. What the hell were their names? I don't remember. But it was like 2 of them, and then it was found out they were working for Sigma. And, yeah. The overarching canon's a bit of a mess. At the same time, you can kind of get around it. You can just kind of take each game as it comes. And then headcanon the bits in between because Capcom screwed up. Which, to be quite honest with you, I wish we didn't have to do. But here we are. Zane. They were Extreme 1, weren't they? Extreme 2 had two new villains. They were erasing the souls of Reploids. Which I actually think gets referenced in X6. No, it didn't recur in Extreme 2. I don't remember the name of the guys from... It's a guy and a girl. I think the guy's name begins with G. It's not Garland. That's Final Fantasy. Oh god, what are their names? I don't remember, I played Extreme 2 once. It must have run out of computer names. Well, it's musical puns, really, isn't it? I mean, they probably could have picked some members of Guns N' Roses like they did in X5. Maybe start naming them after the members of Queen or something. No, I think they're just less memorable because I've played the game once. That's literally it. X0, Sigma, Dr. Kane, Alia, Vile, Gate, Dynamo. They kind of went into some... They leaned a heavy bit on Greek terminology. I think more than mathematical stuff in the X series. The fluffy poetic. Yeah, no one remembers most of the characters in the Zero series, especially the bosses. The individual, like, bosses? I don't know. It's like, I remember some of them from 04 because they're named after Norse gods. Which I think is pretty cool. And I remember the 4 sages. Not sages. What the hell were their names? What was their name as a collective group? Guardians. That's it. I remember full of Guardians. Also, Norse. They had a Norse thing going on. Yeah, I remember the 04 bosses. I don't know what the hell the boss naming scheme in the ZX series was. Because that was just... I don't know. Damn it. Purpril. Yeah, I don't remember any of the Xboxes either. I remember the main villains. Like, I remember Prometheus, Pandora, Albert, Serpent. Yeah, the main guys. But I don't remember their henchmen. I remember the ones from ZX Advent. Like, Rosebark, Buckfire, Chronoforce. Atlas. Aeolus. Sarnak. Fetus? Was that the Leviathan one? There was Queen Bee, there was Headshock, Argyle and Ugoyle, Bifrost. ZX Advent had the 4 Mega Men, and it had 8 Sudoroids. And you could turn into each of them, because you had Model A. So you got 12 transformations. And Model ZX. Yay! Hormin Torpedo. Next is Storm Eagle. It's just so weird. In the first game, I spent a lot of time in ZX form. If you beat it as both characters, you get just base model X, which is absolutely disgusting. And I can see why they locked that behind 2 different beating the game price. In the second game, no, I stayed as Model A for most of it. Even when I got ZX, I just stayed as Model A. Yeah, if you beat the game as both characters, you get Model X. And if you have a copy of the 03 or 04, you can fight some of the bosses from Mega Man 03 or 04 in the game. And I think you can get Model O by doing that. Although, to be quite honest with you, it's probably just easier just to fight Omega. Because, yeah, that's a fun fight. Because the thing people forget with Mega Man bosses, especially in the X and Zero series, is the bigger they are, the easier they are. Because as soon as they get smaller, they get a lot faster and a lot harder to hit. And they hit you a lot harder. In the Zero series, I usually use the Buster. I know that sounds like sacrilege for playing as Zero, but that's how I play as Zero, because I decide that in this game I don't want to be close to anything. So I have the Z-Saber as a sub-weapon. But the Zero games are fun. I'm glad they get progressively easier. Because you go through them in order, and it's like they scaled them the wrong direction, but you know. Jump, jump, jump. I never use a shield boomerang. Ever. Dash shot. Love that trick. Yes. Magnificent. I'm just a little bit crazy. Right in the what? Yeah, see, I couldn't race you in this game because the way I play the game is I ignore the weaknesses. So, yeah, speedrunning this isn't exactly my forte. That and I have a compulsion to get everything. I don't need to, but I like doing it anyway. Because I like feeling absurdly overpowered. Yes, yes, yes. Give me the Buster upgrade. I know you don't get anything in X5 for getting all the in X4 for getting all the items, but in X5 I think you get the ultimate armor, which is nice. In X3 you only get the Z-Saber and under certain circumstances. The normal you got everything item is the golden armor. But you only get the golden armor if you get every upgrade except one, because you can only get, I think I mentioned this in the Let's Play, The red armor capsules, you can only ever get one of those, but if you ignore all 4 of those red capsules and just get everything else, you can get the golden armor, which gives you all 4 upgrades and something else on top of it. So the red capsules are actually kind of pointless, because you can get all 4 later. Yeah, the red upgrades, the chip upgrades are literally... pointless. I mean, if you don't know about the golden armor, then it's an interesting choice to make, but... You know, everybody knows about the golden armor. So... just go for that. But I think X5 is the last game to do something like that. Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, I could give X all of the upgrades at once, but I hope he didn't pick any of the other ones first. I don't know how Dr. Light got those capsules there. And why in X5 and X6 they are for some reason sentient. Why are they sentient? It makes no sense. So yes, I'm now suddenly aware of everything that's going on around me. I've been dead for 100 years, but trust me, I know what I'm talking about. Fire wave. It's kind of pointless. Who do I do next? Go back to Joe Penguin. Oh, you linked me a video. How lovely. I shall get on that when we're done. Pew 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 pew! Ah! Okay, right, we're good. Boing. Right, let's hop in the right armor. Smash that. Come over here. Jump up here. Get the fire wave out. Break that. Get the heart tank. And we're good. I love Mega Man X. This is such a fun game, and that's the only backtracking I have to do because I'm insane and I do things in a weird order. My dog's snoring. It's very audible behind me. It's kind of creeping me out. Boomer Kawanga. No, screw you. Alright, I call shenanigans on that hit, sir. Thank you very much. That was not nice. Ah! Oh no, 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 no. I'm doing this wrong, but I don't care. Taking the hits. No, the mic won't pick up the dog snoring. Because it's a studio mic and the dog is all the way over there. But for me, it's very audible. It's because she's old, bless her. She's over 100 in doggo years. Kawanga's a kind of Japanese beetle, isn't it? I think I looked this up a bit. 8 or so years ago, and I still remember, because that's some useless QI level information you don't forget. So if you ever look something up out of curiosity, you'll remember it forever. Yeah, Captain Mega Man X. It's also kind of educational. Can something give me some health? God damn. Schools need to cater to the curious more. Yeah, I wish they did, because I was very bored in school, because by year 7, which is the age of 11 to 12 here in the UK, in science, they started saying, oh, by the way, there's no smaller particle than atoms. Because, you know, science at the age of 11, you probably don't want to learn some of the particle physics shit. But me, being an avid reader at the time anyway, and a smartass, because what I was learning in education was boring the hell out of me, I turned around and said, so what about muons? And the teacher looked at me like, you're not going to know about that. And then I started quoting the laws of thermodynamics at him. And it was just like, could you stop? Okay, you picked us a little bad. Yeah, I quoted the laws of thermodynamics that I wasn't meant to know yet in my teachers. Ah, my god, damn it. Well, this would have been, what, 10 years ago now? No, I didn't really care too much about school because I was too busy playing video games, because that's where my interest lies, you couldn't tell. Being a game developer and playing games on the internet. And all that kind of good stuff, you know. I am a game devy kind of person. They didn't start recognising that I was technologically inclined until I'd already done my GCSEs. Right, look, you've done this before, okay? Just... Right, stay still. Stop the teleport spam. Stop that. No. Ow. Hey. No. Bad. Behave. Actually, no. Keep doing this. This works. Yeah. All the clicky of my controller. It's like playing Smash on the GameCube. All you can hear is the L and R triggers going like mad. Magnus Centipede is an okay boss. I hate his mines. His mines are the absolute epitome of stop, please. I don't want this. And his tail attack, where they linger around you. That's not fun either. I haven't played X2 in a while. I need to go do that. I mean, turning my Wii U on. Right, can we go down here first? Excusez-moi. Yeah, but this is me, I don't use weaknesses. And God forbid if you go for Magna Centipede first. Only I have an email. I should read that at some point. Pew, pew. Come on, die already. You have far too much health. This fight was half the tape? Ow! God damn. That ain't right. He didn't aim for the head. I'm pretty sure after a while you take the hit and it's bouncing off everything else. Hell, you don't even need to aim for the head, you just need to aim for the... above the arms. So a fun fact about the head armor in this game, if you're in this section and you haven't killed that mini-boss, there's rocks falling down, the head armor actually protects you from damage if they land on you. Just a random tidbit, I know. He'd shoot inside. Wow. Ooh. Ooh. I mean, that strategy makes sense. Well, kind of. But, I mean... aim for the glowing smack me in the face light? That might be a better idea. Oh, I got a full sub-tank. How many do I have full? One. Yeah, alright. Don't worry, I'm pretty sure by the time we get to the final boss where I actually need them, it'll be full. I mean, that's one way to deal with the boss. Kind of. It's not exactly a good way to do it, but you can do it. Hello. Sir, put that away. Good grief. Buy me dinner first. Ladies love a prehensile tongue. Well, I mean... if it wasn't a deadly robot, yes, sure. Just random shower thoughts. And I'm just imagining some, like, Lonely Arts columns where there's a guy who's going, requirement, must have prehensile tongue. Oddly specific. I don't care about the rest of you, just need a prehensile tongue. I'm doing surprisingly well for getting 4 hours sleep. Then again, when you play games as much as I do, I probably just live on the thrill they give me when I play them. Alright, moving back. Whee! Whoop. I normally hit that guy. Gotta hit him dead center, and that's annoying. Yeah, I can play games on muscle memory entirely. Whoa, that was a jump. Anytime a boss doesn't have invincibility frames, yeah. Storm Tornado or Fire Wave is a great way to break through bosses like that. Anything that multi-hits. Do. Whew! Well, to be honest, that's how I do it, because I've got a button mashing finger. Thumb, even. So I can button mash pretty much as I want. The biggest problem with Mega Man games is, are the weapons actually useful? And the answer more often than not is no. But, hey. Can't win them all. I think the more important thing is, are the weapons balanced? Because otherwise you could have a Mega Man 2 situation where a lot of the weapons are actually useful, it's just the metal blades are so much better. You know, that is always a very real possibility. Eh. Because of my right hand injuries, I'm amazed I can button mash with this thumb as well as I do. Because, of course, because of the injuries to my right hand, I can't use it like an Xbox controller at all. So the fact that I can move my thumb in such a way. People have noticed that when I'm button mashing, and this is actually true, where we ended up doing Test Your Might in Mortal Kombat 10, we got to round 9 out of 10, which is when I started talking like Skeletor for some reason. And we were just passing the DualShock 4 around the room. trying to break this goddamn platinum bust. And we basically ended up just playing inspirational music until someone finally did it. I think it was me who finally did it. But test your might, just an experience of button mashing. And people were watching me do it. And they were like... They noticed that when I button mash, I basically just vibrate my hand. Like, I don't actually move my thumb independent of everything else. My hand just vibrates. Which is... First off, I don't know how I do that. And secondly... I just... Apparently I'm a freak. Because I do a lot of stuff like that. Yeah, I just pay attention to button mashing there, and I basically vibrate my hand. Gets me pretty close to turbo button levels, actually. I mean, I could never do, like, a shot every possible frame, but, you know. It'd be funny. Speaking of button mashing. One shot every 2 frames? Depends, can I shoot 30 shots in a second? Probably not, but fast enough to get results. That's all I care about. And I get results. So I'm not particularly fussed. Oh. Yeah, but this guy, I just use the Mega Buster, X Buster even. Because if you time your shots just right, the frames he spends doing the animation to remove his guard are when you get shots in. And to break him out of this, he's got to hit him enough. There we go. Pew pew pew. Come on. Let me hit you. Look at that, I beat every boss with the X-Buster. Like I normally do. I remember what I said about weapons being balanced. The charge form of the rolling shield is a shield that damages enemies on contact but can break. But the charged chameleon sting is just straight up invincibility. So why would you ever use the charged rolling shield? It's just one of those things that bugs me. It's like, one of them could be useful if there wasn't one that was better. Alright, Sigma, bring it on. I ain't going for the Hadouken because I never use it. How my tanks doing? 2.5. Yeah, I suppose you'd use the charge rolling shield to collect health if you're sub-tank grinding. Right, do I cheese this or do it the way they intended? Or do I just use the wall? I'll do it the way they intended. That climb section's not actually that hard. There's a climb section coming up later in this stage, you can go die, but, you know, it's fine. Clumsy to the tune of 13 lives, good lord, man. Vile got a mech that can laugh. I don't know, his mechs in later games are pretty badass. Oh no, Zero's dead. Temporarily. Again. Whatever. He'll be back. Oh, hang on, I want to do this the right way. Dash! Alright, this bit. This bit sucks. I'm gonna end up taking some hits. All in the name of... Gotta go fast. And my stupid dedication to doing things Buster only. Bum, 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 bum. See, this is just... Yeah, I don't mind using weaknesses for rematches because I've already done it. I'd like to show off how you can actually beat them with the weaknesses if, you know, you're not like some sort of insane tier player like I am, apparently. Because for some reason people seem to think I make this look easy. Personally, I don't think I do. I personally think Mega Man itself is quite a simple thing. Just, yeah. Maybe I am good at games, I'm just modest. I don't know. Yeah, this fight's not hard. It's just a giant spider. I mean, if this was real life, I'd be freaking the fuck out. But this spider web is basically a Mario Party minigame. They actually made this entire sequence slower in the remake. Which, I mean, I'm okay with. Because by the end of this fight, this thing is moving at 2,000 miles an hour. Yeah, I misjudged that one. Da, 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 da. That was fun. Let's do it again. That's another full sub tank. Right, you drop some health. Or don't, whatever. Fire. I mean, Chill Penguin's not hard even without his weakness. There we go. I'm going to hop in this because it's got me taking damage. Oh, my mech actually died. Alright, bye. Hello, Storm Eagle. So for some reason you're weak to a chameleon sting. I don't like the ride armor mechanic in X3. I think having to find the Chimera armor first before you can use all the other ones is stupid. Like, I found the other ones. Why can't I use them? Oh yeah, you could fight Bamboo Pandemonium in a ride armor, couldn't you? I never did. I prefer the mobility. Bangda bangda. This fucking boss fight. Not my strong suit, I have to admit. I'm done. I think I fought to some of them. Not many, but some. Like the weird Kung Fu Fighting one next fall, that was pretty cool. Progress! Right, this stage is pretty much all boss rush with little mini stages in between. First boss is, I believe, Armored Armadillo. Come on, pop out. There we go. Zap. Zap. You know what I don't like in the X series? The Ride Chaser bikes. Those are bad. Like the Ride Armors? Fine. The Ride Chasers? No. Nice to see Sting Chameleon subscribe to the X3 school of boss patterns. Oh, hit me with weakness. Go to the left, go to the right. Go to the left, go to the right. Go to the left, and dead. Do do do. Wow. Weaknesses and stun frame animations. That's fun. Go, 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 go. Damn it. Well, as long as I do damage. Rolling shield. Actually. Stay still. I just need to hit you with one more of these. And now you can no longer do that attack. See? Works out for all of us. Now die. Oh shit, there is a shockwave that goes behind you. I've never noticed that. Thank you for teaching me something new. Now what does it do? Because I have no idea. Does damage? Hold up. Holy shit. Alright then. You know how useless that is? I've never noticed it. Okay, cool. One lemon up the nose. That's a grisly way to die. Blech. Do I have 4 full charge sub-tanks? No I don't. Time to do a little bit of grinding. Got an extra life. Wow, these guys are drop happy. Hi, Sigma. No, he's in one of the Extreme games as well. That much I remember. Oh, speaking of fancy boss fights. I mean, this fight with Sigma could be cool. If you couldn't choose it. Even when he's just on the ground, he doesn't do much. You can dash slash you. And you can use the Hadouken on this final boss. It takes 4 of them to kill it, though. And for the sake of my sanity, even though I can do it with the Mega Buster... Actually, you know what? It might be safer for me to do it with the Mega Buster. Yeah, no, let's just get this over with. My one problem with this fight is he does so much damage. There we go. Yeah, it's not a bad thing to avoid. Why must Reploids fight? Because some of them are dick sex. That's why. It's not a hard question. Yeah, I haven't got a single drop frame, which is impressive because this is running on Wi-Fi, not Ethernet. So I did that pretty well. Apparently my Wi-Fi is really, really good. Ooh, that was fun. That was a good waste of an hour of my life. Now what do I do for the rest of the day? Boredom's good. Da, 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 da. Game dev? I could, but I'm not really in a game devy mood today for some reason. I was yesterday and I did a bit then, but today I'm like, eh. Yeah, I should do more too, but at the same time, I also run a YouTube channel, a soon-to-be second YouTube channel, lectures at GDN. I'm a very busy guy. Think about it. I mean, I am working on a Mega Man game. So we could make an X game if you really wanted to. It's not hard. Yeah, I can see what I can do with that. Why not? Right. This went surprisingly well. I'm pleased.